Are your holes all in the wrong place? Today I'm going to show you how to get your holes perfectly situated. This video is brought to you by Jeep Beach Jam. Make sure to set your calendars for May 14th through the 19th. This year you can win an all expenses paid vacation for 4 to come hang out with me. We're calling it the Bleepin' Vacation Giveaway. See the description for more details. Alright, let's get to filling some holes. Okay, let me set up what I'm talking about here. Let's say we have a bracket and it's already got a hole in it, but it's not in the right spot. Maybe we drilled it wrong, or maybe it came like that wrong. Maybe we're just modifying it. And let's say there's a hole here, but I really want there to be a hole right here. Well, that's not going to work. So now what am I going to do? Well, we have a way to fix it. I've run into this scenario a few times. One on a top axle plate for a Dana 60, which this is not, but it's similar. And I just needed to move some holes over slightly. I didn't want to oval them out, they just needed to be moved over. Maybe you have a giant hole and you want to make just a small hole like this. Or maybe you just need a hole that's right here, kind of off to the side, but you got this to deal with. That's not going to work. The first thing you're going to need is a welder. Then you're going to need a welding spoon. If you don't know what that is, it is a piece of copper, just a flat piece of copper with a handle on it basically. If you don't have one, you can actually make one by just pounding out a copper pipe. Of course, we're going to need a drill bit to re-drill the hole after we fix it. And you're going to need a torch. This is oxyacetylene, or you could use MAP gas if you had to in a bottle. So my first step is going to be to weld up the hole. If you haven't used a copper spoon before, it's really awesome because weld does not stick to it. So I can just hold this underneath here and fill it in, and then I'll be able to pull this right off. If you wanted to, you could hold a copper spoon under here, hold a copper pipe in here, and weld and fill that in, and then pull this out, and you would have a hole. I've done that before. It does leave a hole, but it's not perfect. If you want it perfect, you need to go ahead, fill it all in, and then we'll drill it here in a minute. Since this has a zinc coating on it, I'm going to knock that off real quick. Alright, let's do this. I'll put the spoon under, and here we go. When you weld it, you want to make sure you weld to the sides of the metal first, and you want to weld it really hot to make sure that you're not just filling in the gap. You want to actually weld to the metal, make it really strong. Alright, now I filled it a little bit higher than I need to because I'm going to come back and grind that down. And now this should just pop right off. There we go, check that out. Let's see how smooth the bottom side is. It is pretty smooth, but if you wanted to, you could come back on this side and weld that in just to make sure it is extra strong. Now I'm going to take my time and grind that perfectly flat and smooth with an angle grinder. Alright, check out how smooth that is now. Now I can hear some of you in the background saying, yeah, but you can't drill through welded material. Well, you're partially right. This is solid. This is hardened steel now. You're never going to get a drill bit through it. But what we're going to do now is anneal it. So what is annealing? Well, we're going to take this and we're going to heat it up till it's cherry red, and we're going to let it cool slowly. This will alleviate all the stress in the material and anneal it or unharden it. So what we need to do is light this sucker up. Now if you don't have a table like this, put your metal up on something. What you don't want to do is have it on a solid steel table, because that will suck the heat out too fast. So you either want to hang it up, or you could put it in sand and heat the sand. You want it to cool slowly. This will do the trick because it's basically hanging there. Alright, once the piece is cherry red, just turn your torch off, and we're going to let it cool down without any help, as slowly as possible. Now if you need to, if you think it's cooling too fast, you can just put the torch to it every couple minutes and let it cool down slowly. Alright, I've let this cool enough, I can touch it now. It's a little ugly, but we'll fix it up. It's good for drilling now. Let's go drill it. I started off with a smaller bit. Now I'll move up to a bigger one. Check it out. Now I messed up the zinc coating with all the heat that I had to put in it. I'm just going to clean that up real quick. Alright guys, there it is. Check it out. You wouldn't even know that it was shaped any other way. I left the other side unfinished a little bit. Didn't grind it quite as much so you could actually see where that hole used to be. Now if you welded this properly, you melted everything in good, this will be just as strong, if not stronger, than it was before. I can hear a couple of you guys out there saying, well, what if you started with a hardened piece and you need it to be hardened again? All you do is you heat it up cherry red again with your torch, and you toss it in some water, a bucket of water or a bucket of oil, and you can harden this whole piece back up. But this wasn't hardened to begin with, doesn't need to be hardened, and that is how you move a hole. How cool is that? I hope you get to use this one day. Can you think of a situation where you've needed to use this, or you could use this in the future? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to hear about it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you are a real fan, check out patreon.com/BleepinJeep, where you can get extra perks. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.